man is strong, but please, you do your best to unassociate yourself with that mongrel. At the same time Loretta is saying this, Tyrum, you witness a fucking 3 foot tiger cub fall from the ceiling, almost right on top of you. It just whiffs as its little paws reach out to grab the railing that's in front of you, and then you hear, and then like it falls. Ceras, the
Can I like roll to try to catch it?
oh yeah. Roll me in athletics to see if you catch the tiger.
Okay. Oh, I got a good athletics.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Oh snap!
Hiram,
Oh,
Hiram, Hiram, you don't even blink. You're not even phased. You don't even notice that there's a tiger on the ceiling, honestly. Uh, but as you stand there brooding, like Batman does, this cat falls in front of you, and with no movement or effort, the cat falls into your hand as you stop it gracefully from eating shit the level below you. It literally it's like if you stretched your hands out, and at the moment you did, the cat just falls into your hand
Oh,
like
okay.
perfectly.
That's cool.
Uh,
Um,
it
what's it
looks at you
called?
a little confused and a little scared. It
can I
like
see this
purrs. That's
happen?
yes. Well, wait. Roll me a perception, Michaelo. You are on the ground floor.
A 7.
Michaelo, you noticed that there was a cat going up the wall earlier, but you don't really know what happened to it after that. Um, that being said, you do notice the man on the second level catching the cat.
I go, whoa! That dude just caught a cat.
Um,
The crowd goes wild. He's like, oh, Tarum,
as
you're holding this cat as people start chanting, "Hero, hero, hero!"
Tyrum's eyes, as soon as the cat lands in Tyrum's hands, Tyrum's eyes cease to glow green. Tyrum looks up from where the cat fell from, trying to like understand the situation.
um, Tarum, Tarum, roll me a perception. Oh,
That
buddy.
is that is a 19.
Tarum, you see Bucket really haphazardly and really lazily trying to like move away from where the cat fell. You see this bucket on the ceiling, kind of like hobbling away, kind of like inching away from where the cat fell, and it shudders a little bit. You notice this robot is kind of scared because it dropped that fucking cat. Oh,
Tyrum mutters under his breath, "What in Kydros' name is that?" Uh, as he continues to like pet the cat, looking at Bucket on the ceiling.
Ceres, you notice that people start chanting about the cat, and directly above you, there's a cat for a moment that was over the railing, and then you see Bucket looking like it had done something incredibly wrong.
Sarah's like eyes wide, looks back at Loretta. I'm assuming Loretta is still like kind of talking to her right now.
Yeah, Loretta is chewing you out, giving you life lessons about how you shouldn't do drugs and stay away from strangers.
Uh, 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 Sarah's like frantically, she breaks the persona for half a second when she notices Bucket is fucking dangling and there's a falling cat, and she's like, and then Sarah's points at the cat and then tries to like jump away really quick.
All right, Ceres, as Loretta is distracted by the cat and Bucket, Loretta, what in God's name is that on our ceiling? Loretta looks back down at you to see if you see it too, and you're like edging towards you're already at the steps, and you look back very like you caught me leaving, you caught me with my pants down.
Shit eating, like a little shit eating, like sorry,
like a little
grin.
yeah, and Loretta mumbles at you, and you can see her mouth the words "fucking Kade Kunningtale" as she turns back around and goes back to her post because the line has gotten dumb long from her lecturing you. Also, at no point did she ask how old you are. The bells on your head really gave her the impression of child.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about natural deception.
Well, yeah.
So she goes. So Sarah's like whistles at Bucket because Bucket's been fucking made. So she
Yes.
whistles at Bucket and then snaps at him and then points like dart down next to her like now.
Bucket lets go of the ceiling right then and there. Drops next to you. Roll me an athletics for Bucket.
Okay. Well, that's an 18 off the rip.
Holy shit!
I love how
So, hold
Bucket
on.
is just a fucking absolute dollar.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a
so-
robot.
Yeah, that's an 18.
Bucket drops gracefully next to you, doesn't even make a peep when it lands next to you, and Bucket tries to nuzzle you because it did what it was told all 3 times. It tries to give you a little hug.
Ceras conks the top of Bucket's head of Bucket's platform, and then gives puts a finger up to her lips, and she can't speak or make shit with her mouth, so she instead of it's like a
Bucket kind of understands. You can see Bucket lean towards the floor as it just kind of follows you. It looks like it's moping. Tyrum, you are holding this cat that fell out of the sky. Luna, your cat is MIA and you're really kind of going through it. And Michaelo, you just watched a guy catch a cat and then watch a bucket fall from the sky. It has been an eventful 5 minutes. Luna, how do you feel about the fact that everyone is pointing to a man on the 2nd level and chanting, "He saved the cat," but you know for a fact that you have a cat?
I start to freak out, and I frantically get up from the table and rush over to the guy who's holding my cat, and I am assuming that he snatched my cat.
So, how do you approach this gentleman in a full suit of armor with green glowing eyes?
I walk at him
who is holding your
aggressively.
cat? You walk at the man in armor aggressively. This isn't going to end poorly. Tyrum, you see a mostly naked. Matter of fact, y'all want to see what Josh looks like? Tyrum, no, Luna, you approach this man. He's got your cat. Tyrum, you've got his cat.
Excuse me, sir. How did you get my cat?
Jerem looks down at the cat and looks back up at the ceiling, and then looks at Luna. It kind of just fell into my fucking hand.
I tilt my head to the side in confusion. What?
Luna, you didn't see the cat fall at all. You just saw people chanting, and you saw a man with your cat.
Which is why I'm confused. As why I said what?
Yes.
Jerem looks at him, kind of cocks his head a little bit, and he goes, "You said this is your cat?"
It is mine. Yes, his name is Raiko.
Jerem just says, "Well, here, make sure he doesn't fucking stick to a ceiling again."
Raiko doesn't leave Tyrum. Raiko is so comfortable in the arms of the armor and being petted. Raiko looks naturally at home. Raiko does not want
I look at the cat. I'm like, don't do this now, you traitor. Come back. We have things
Raiko-
to do.
Raiko lets off it's the
Come
tail.
on, we're
like,
waiting for the freaking gnome.
Jerem just looks at Jerem just looks at Luna, and he's like, "Are you gonna take your cat or what?" Because he's just sitting here.
Raito's tail gracefully strokes the side of Tyrum's helmet. He lets off a little yawn as he nuzzles into Tyrum's arms. Raito is not moving. Tyrum, this cat really fucking likes you.
Excuse me, sorry, hold on. Tyrum looks back at the cat again and looks at Luna. I'm starting to get mixed messages here. You came to me and you asked me what I was doing with your cat, and now you won't take the cat.
Somebody in the crowd. Maybe it's not even his cat.
I turn around. Who the fuck said that?
Nobody claims it in the crowd. It's a dead silence.
I turn back around. I'm like, he's attached to you. Can you drop him, please?
Tyrum looks at him because Tyrum is an animal lover, and he's like, "You want me to drop your cat that I just caught from dropping? You don't really seem like that good of an owner."
You probably don't get the fact that this is a freaking tiger, and he's about 3 feet tall, as you can see, and dropping him from your height's not going to hurt him. And if anything, it's going to make him walk.
Raitu lets off another little yawn as he nuzzles Tyrum's finger.
I wanted you to keep this in mind as we're talking, Tyrum. I have my I have my hand on my the brow of my nose, and I'm stroking it because I'm getting very frustrated with my cat right now.
Tyrum just looks again back at the tiger and at Luna. You've got big enough arms. I figure you can grab this cat from my hands.
All I heard was take it from my cold dead body, you bitch. Sorry.
That's some instigation.
I walk up to Tyrum, and I grab the cat from his arms, and I start to tug on him.
As you pull Raitu away from Tyrum, you see it starts to claw Tyrum's armor as it scrapes back to your hands. And then as soon as it lets go, it looks absolutely defeated. The cat just goes limp.
Tyrum still has his hand out that the cat was laying in, and he's just looking at the scratches on his armor.
Yeah. And then fresh 5 claw prints scraped from elbow to forearm. Your armor is now scratched like shit.
I look at him and I say, I hope you don't expect me to pay for that.
Tyrum looks back at him. Well, I mean, from the looks of it, you wouldn't be able to afford it anyway. And he turns around and goes back to brooding.
Ceras, as you turn around, you hear bells jingling really quickly, and then stop right next to both of you. And you look down and you see this little gnome dressed up in a Harlequin outfit, orange with big bells.
Oh my god!
Over, and they're holding up a chalkboard, and it just says, "Are you strong?" ?
So what's the job? I guess is my question.
Kade finally leans in and he puts both elbows on the table, and I'm so glad somebody asked. He looks at Tyrum. He says nothing, but he looks at Tyrum. Anyway, I need you 3 points at Michaelo, Luna, and Tyrum. I need you 3 to be my escape plan. Option B. Then I'd like to hire you to find some ingredients. I'm gonna make a real good soup, and I need help getting these really rare cooking ingredients. You can see his shit-eating grin and his toothy smile get really big.
Tyrum goes, again, what is the job?
He laughs. So this is how this is going to work. I would like to put you all through a bit of a test run. All I need is for you 3 to be my escape plan while me and Ceras talk to some people. And if you can promise you'll do what I say to get us out of there, I'm sure we'll have no qualms on the upcoming missions for my ingredients for this soup. He looks at you. Terms and conditions, however. You get 100 gold per ingredient reclaimed. This bodyguarding job, per se, is what I'd like to call a test run. See if the wares are worth the price. And he looks at you, Tyrum. So I need to make sure you won't act rashly in strong, stimulating situations. So, say you'll agree to this team up, or since you've agreed to my team up, I should say, you three are gonna be my escape route. He hands each of you two smoke bombs. The way this will work, me and Ceras are gonna go say hi to some people. We're gonna talk, and when things inevitably go south, I expect you will throw those for my life. You throw those, me and Ceras escape, everybody gets the fuck out of Dusty Plants.
Can Tyrum
Start to
inspect these smoke bombs to see if they're actually smoke bombs?
absolutely
That
roll me an
is
investigation. Yeah.
that is a 9.
These look like pretty well crafted materials. You're not really sure what's in them, but all things considered, they're put together really well.
I'm looking directly at him, like seeing if he's gonna tell us what it is.
Michaelo is just hyper focused on Tyrum.
Tyrum just puts the smoke bombs in his pocket, and he says, "I'm sure this is going to go south in many ways, but
Your turn.
I guess I'm in it for the ride now."
Steps into the light. Luna. Roman steps forward. Ah, Cade, you wound me. But I must admit, 250,000 gold is a lot. Too much for even me. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't just carry that in my pockets, Cade. You knew that. Cade smiles. Ah, well, you see, the money's not for me. Be that what it may, I need it. So you either have it or we're leaving. Kuzbrim steps forward. Funny that you think the gnome legs that you stand on will get you out of this situation. Give us the dog, and nobody has to get hurt. The lawbringer steps forward and readies its halberd. Cade looks over at Ceres. Well, kid, I guess we're not gonna get your money after all. But you do remember what we talked about, right?
Ceres doesn't even nod, just pulls up the gun and fires.
Kuzbrum is hit with a cannonball and put through a wall, knocked 20 feet back. Literally, the smoke from the gun knocked Ceres on her ass. Kuzbrum is pushed through two walls as Roman and the Lawbringer spring into action. Cade throws his hands up as he grabs Ceres and tries to run out of the room. Anytime now! As they start hurrying along to get out of this place. Roman and the Lawbringer are jumping into action. Gentlemen?
Does Tyrum see Kuzbrum?
You all heard the cannon shot go off, and you definitely see Kuzbrum go through the wall.
Does Tyrum know it's Kuzbrum?
Tyrum, Kuzbrum was your mentor for a long time. I do think you'd know his armor from a glance. I'm gonna say yes.
Tyrum gives the two smoke bombs that he has to Michaelo, and he says, "Here, you get to have extra fun." And Tyrum starts to walk down the stairs of the clock tower.
Wait, where are you going?
Tyrum puts his helmet on.
Luna grabs Tyrum by the shoulder. Hey, man, we're supposed to wait, like you said.
Tyrum looks back at Luna. Unhand me. I've got some business to attend to.
All right, I let him go.
Tyrum continues to march down the stairs.
All of you heard the cannonball shot go off, and you all saw the man fly through the wall at the meeting point.
Let's start chucking some smoke bombs.
I got extra smoke bombs.
Cade and Ceras are running for their lives. We hit the front door, and Cade is dragging Ceras along behind him as he rips the mask off, as he hurries for an alleyway. Ceras, I thought your friends were smarter than this. I can't believe they fucked this up. I cannot believe they had one job, and they're fucking it up. Kuzbrum,
I throw my smoke bombs now.
The streets fill with smoke as Cade and Ceres find an alleyway and start running to the entrance of the clock tower. Tyrum, you run into Kade and Ceras as they pass the clock tower door as you are walking out. Pulls out a pot out of his bag of holding and he hands it to you. What are we cooking? Half pint?
She pours some of the water out of her bag of holding into the pot and waits for it to boil.
As
Well,
this is happening, can Michaelo climb the tree?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's climbing the tree.
Michaelo, you start climbing this tree, and it starts to lean really hard to one side the higher you get up. Do you climb all the way to the top?
I'm trying to get one of the giant leaves, so yeah.
You get almost to the top. Roll me a con save. Matter of fact, just roll me a flat d20.
Flat D20.
You get it's gonna be over under 10.
5.
The tree snaps as you approach the top, and you eat sand.
Damn.
You just snap this poor defenseless tree in half for no reason.
And then I
Ceres.
walked over to the snap part, and I just rip off one of the leaves, and I put it in my shell.
Hell yeah. Luna, Tyrum, is anybody watching this? Because Kade and Ceres are looking at boiling water.
Luna is still watching Michelangelo in utter surprise, but also he's keeping quiet because he doesn't want to say anything about his past.
Cade whispers over at Ceres. Yeah, I think they're a lot more alike than they'd care to admit. And he makes direct eye contact with Michaelo as he says it, open mouthed and almost unblinking. He lets off a little cough and stands straight up without ever breaking eye contact.
Michaelo matches the eye contact and never blinks whatsoever either, and also stands up.
Cade, a little confused and unwavering, continues to stare, and he's uncomfortable with the amount of eye contact that's happening here. And
Michaelo
Cade
steps a little closer, matching the eye contact, never wavering.
Cade whispers down to Cade says it down to Ceres. If he takes another step towards me, grab the gun out of my belt. He still makes
Ceres looks sweatily towards the gun.
Cade never breaks eye contact though.
Ceres' fingers twitch.
Michaelo goes to Tyrum. If she grabs that gun, you stab her. And Michaelo takes one step forward, never breaking eye contact.
Ceres stares at Tyrum, and is like pleading looking eyes.
Tyrum looks between Ceres and Michaelo. This shit needs to stop.
Cade blinks. Yeah, he's right. I just he looks at Michaelo for a second, pauses, and he says, "He brings it out of me. I can feel them. My brain cells depleting." He starts slowly making eye contact with Michaelo again.
Michaelo has never wavered. He is still standing there, even after he said something.
I think there needs to be opposing intimidation checks here.
I'm not intimidating.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
true.
just looking.
It's not intimidating if it's pure autism. It's not intimidating. Pure autism.
The pure autism is the intimidation.
Oh, you know what? Michaelo, roll me an intimidation and I'll roll against you.
Intimidation.
No, it's not because it's not intimidation to him. He's just purely autistic.
True. Yeah.
You're right. Oh.
Luna walks up and puts a hand on Michaelo and says, "All right, buddy, it's all right. It's good. We're all good now."
Michaelo whispers to Luna, "Why is everybody getting so worked up? I'm just staring."
Hey, leans in. You should stop that. It's a bad habit, and it makes my trigger finger itch.
Michaelo goes, "I'll try."
Cade,
Luna says, "Thank you."
Cade
Ceres
mumbles,
looks at Cade
try harder.
in a very confused look, and it's not only confusion, but it's kind of like it's not like an angry confusion. It's like how do I understand this person? Confusion.
Hey,
Tyrum is over it. He looks towards Cade. Are you done with your rest?
in character, you know. I don't want to do
Mhm.
it too much. It'll kill me. Not you guys. I'll lose my mind.
Yeah.
Look, I know Tate is fucking strong.
Huh?
I know Tate is strong.
He's pretty tough. I won't lie.
Well, yeah, in my session 0, I know.
Meanwhile, in my session 0, Cade got a little Cade got a little roughed up.
Oof.
In my session 0, I was following Hops and Pops, and I walked around a corner, and they were all beat up. And they told me that Cade did it, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
and that's exactly how that went. Remember? Everybody just be cool.
And
Everybody
and my
so everybody just be cool. So just let it live because that's what happened.
in my session 0, Cade got beat up in that same alleyway by Hops and Pops.
In my
You retconned it, Ron?
He didn't retcon it. He was lying. He was just lying.
Yeah.
Or actually, he wasn't lying. He was just letting you insinuate a truth in your mind. He wasn't gonna tell.
Way to fucking ruin it. Damn it, Jay.
Oh, man.
I
In my
was gonna let
session
that
0,
live.
I punted a child.
Well, Michaelo
Yeah,
still believes that.
He should. Michaelo should continue believing that because I think that is the funniest thing ever. We are all kind of scattered in a group racing through the deserts. What does Tyrum do to slow the enemy down?
Fucking hell, dude.
Honestly, it doesn't have to be anything. You can be motivating. You can make up some words that you feel like would make everybody ride faster, or it can be whatever you want. Maybe throw something out of his pack. It doesn't have to be anything, but the idea is just improv. Feel it out. What would Tyrum do? He's got a little. You've also got Elena on the back of your carriage,
I throw a lane.
We're in a carriage.
or not a carriage, but what is your spirit mount?
Oh, my spirit mount. You gave me a
Who's the-
fucking raven chocobo.
Yeah, so you and this little girl are riding your Raven Chocobo.
I guess Tyrum kind of falls to the back of the party and sort of tries to push everybody to go ahead of him.
Tyrum, you fall back behind the party. Cade uses this as initiative to start running faster. You won't catch me falling behind as he looks over at Ceras. Move along then. Seems our friend here doesn't want to go first. Cade speeds up. The party has moved ahead of the carriage.
Tyrum falls back because Josh was like, "Huh?" Tyrum falls back to set the pace, kind of, so that way people know not to fall behind his pace.
Yeah.
How are you motivating everyone to move faster?
Fucking yeah, motherfucker, go!
Yeah, motherfucker. All right, Jay.
Well, so
Alright.
I would imagine one of the reasons why you would fall back is because you're probably the tankiest among us. So it would be better if you probably got shot. But it's also kind of crazy that you got the princess. Is she riding behind you or riding in front of
She
you?
ain't no motherfucking princess.
Riding with him.
Well, whatever her name is, Elena. Is she
Elena.
riding in front of you or is she riding behind you?
Fucking
Josh
Tyrum
has the right
throws
question.
Elena. Tyrum throws Elena to Cade.
Oh shit! Cade's hyena stumbles a little bit as you toss the child in a fucking car chase. Cade looks at you with all seriousness. What the fuck is wrong with you? Elena quickly clutches to Cade's side as she's a little scared. Cade is just dumbfounded. Quick, athletics.
Wait, me athletics
Yes,
again?
yep. Athletics.
That's a 9.
I rolled a 10. Tyrum, you feel a bullet bounce off of your off of your armor as it ricochets in front of you into the dirt. You take 1d6 of force damage. Begins turning. The purple worm comes out of the sand. And that 20 is gonna go. Caravan off. Continues straight to try to whip around. As that caravan begins turning, the purple worm comes out of the sand. And that 20 is gonna go far. the final legs of the races begin. I believe everybody is gone. The party. Kate quickly looks at the party. Reunions are for later. We need to keep running. Um, and the purple worm begins crashing down on one of the three caravans. It is instantly obliterated. The other two begin chasing behind the party very closely. Um, and this will be the last leg of our race. So who would like to lay it all on the line and
Me.
try to win for the party? Who?
Me.
Michaelo. All right, we're gonna.
Michaelo cast silence on himself and 20-foot radius, so everybody else is being silent with him.
Ooh.
Never mind, Michaelo. How do you cast silence?
I do another ninja move. It looks different, and I
Yeah.
and I just jab it right onto my chest. And then I look at everybody, and I put my hand up straight to my lips in a shh.
It's
motion.
a quiet place.
Yeah, it is a quiet place.
What was that?
Michaelo-
I couldn't hear you.
Exactly. Nobody can talk.
No, all sound is
We are
silenced
all
within this
Ceras
20.
right now.
Yeah, we are all Ceras right now. Only Ceras can still fucking sign language. Cade begins mouthing something at you all, and then he looks at you, Michaelo. Dead stare. He looks at the rest of the party.
Michaelo
He just
points at Ceras's notepad and points at his ears.
Ceras hands over the notepad.
Cade nods his head as Ceras hands you the notepad. Cade gives the party a little head nod, to follow him. Do you do anything with the notepad, Michaelo?
No, he gave you the notepad.
Oh, Ceras writes on the
Give it to
notepad.
Michaelo.
You gave it to me. I didn't need it.
You pointed at the
Right,
notepad.
I
He
pointed
was
it,
trying
I
to-
pointed it so
I-
Kade
no.
could write on what he wanted to say.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Michaelo mouthing this at Ceras would be hilarious. Ceras, Michaelo is mouthing at you everything he just said. You can't hear anything, and honestly, you're a little puzzled. Cade then nods at the party to follow him. That concludes our daring race because the caravan is now held up, and the purple orb's not going to. The party continues on. The sun begins to rise, but for the first time in this godforsaken desert, you guys have crossed Dead Man's Canyon, and the sandstorm is no longer. You have now officially. Well, Cade looks back at you all as he takes his goggles off his face as the sun rises, and he yells back at you all. Welcome to the Sandlands. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Dead End from here.
Michaelo puts his hand up like one moment and uncasts silence.
Luna looks over and says, "What did you say?" As he puts a hand on you and casts Cure Wounds.
Cade is still in pose for the Iron Man pose, arms in the air, and he realizes that you didn't hear what he said the first time. Cade looks at you, Michaelo. He looks at you, Luna. He drops his hands very awkwardly and he says, "Welcome to the Sandlands. We're here now." He gives you a little gesture.
Tyrum, as you're in there, you hear you hear from the door. Is everything all right in there?
The hell is that? Tyrum spins around momentarily to look towards the call of that voice.
You see nobody at the door.
Doesn't look to be lying. He feels pretty genuine.
Everybody at this moment hears Michaelo going, "Ah!"
Screaming?
Yeah.
I like it.
Ceras looks frantically back and forth at Cade, Luna, and
Cade gestures at you, Ceras. Go on. I know you want to. I'll sit with the kid. I'm not going in there.
No, like, yeah, and looks at Elena, and looks very nervous.
Cade
No,
gently
no,
rests his
see.
hand. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Cade puts his hand on his gun.
Ceras looks at
Luna
Luna
says-
frantically. What do we do?
Luna says, I am not going in there.
Tyrum, Dimitri quickly hurries to where Michaelo screamed.
Ceras runs in and goes towards it.
Hey,
Tyrum follows.
Everybody sees Michaelo, and he's spinning on his shell with all the kids spinning him, and as he's yelling like, "Please stop! I'm getting dizzy!"
The two elven children have somehow tripped Michaelo, and they are spinning him like a fucking merry-go-round. They're slapping his legs every time he spins past them, and all the kids are cheering. Go faster! Go faster!
Ceras goes deadpan in the face and goes out and gets Elena and brings her in.
Michaelo turns even more green as he's as he's getting more and more sick from the spinning.
Ceras, as you grab Elena's hand, Cade looks out. Is everything okay?
She rolls her eyes and nods her head and walks in holding Elena's hand.
Cade looks over at Luna. Shall we?
I'm gonna go and sit next to Ceras.
Ceras is continuing to work on her.
I'm just gonna constantly peek over her shoulder to see what she's doing.
Ceras is still weaving alchemical symbols into the core. How many hours has passed at this point, or is this immediate?
It's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just with everything. Cade's continued to dig the hole. Michaelo has looked over your shoulder for an hour at this point, without saying anything.
Ceras looks over at Michaelo, and she writes on the board, and she puts her tools down. She looks at Michaelo, and she writes on the board, "Watch this," and then she slowly puts her finger and pokes the moss.
Michaelo goes,
"Oh!" As you poke the moss, one of Bucket's legs kicks out, and it actually smacks you in the ankle, like the shin, Ceras.
Michaelo goes, "Are you okay?"
Ceras nods her head, and she writes, "Weird, right?"
Yeah. I bet my brother Dono could figure this out.
I'd like to meet Dono. He seems like a knowledgeable man.
He was.
Oh.
In a tearful kind of way. He was.
Ceras puts a hand on his shoulder and pats him, and then gets back to work.
Michaelo kind of does. That's why you're my best friend, Ceras.
Ceras smiles. She kind of leans into her work and smiles.
As you say that, Michaelo, you roll me a deck save.
A deck save?
Yes, roll me a deck save.
Oh, it's a 7.
As you say this to Ceras, you happen to look up and you see a shovel hurled in your direction as the flat end of the shovel smacks you in the snout. Hey, that's not your best friend, and I don't want to hear that bullshit again. It's my friend, and I'm not sharing. As Cade hops out of the hole, which is pretty big at this point, and he storms over there and picks his shovel back up. He then turns around and tries to he brushes you with his tail as he pats Ceras on the head and walks back to his hole.
Michaelo is then going to whisper to Ceras, so I'm gonna roll his stealth.
Wait a minute, did Michaelo take damage from that?
Nah, it's just theater of mind. Also, you have to roll an 18 to be higher than Cade's perception.
Well, I rolled a
so.
23, so
Get fucked. Get
he's done a
fucked.
whisper. He's done a whisper to Ceres, and he's gonna say, "You're still my best friend."
Ceres,
Hey, Ceres, since since you're all giddy, do you think you would like, I don't know, maybe try to explain what you're doing, or maybe
um,
involve? Do you think Ceres would involve Michaelo in any way in this?
I think, yeah, I think Ceres would probably, because Ceres would get Michaelo. God, what could
Let's
Michaelo do?
let's make this interesting. If you allow Michaelo to take the help action, I'll let him roll to see if he helps you or hinders you. We'll make this
Oh,
fun.
I love that. Michaelo, Ceres like takes the core out of the chassis completely.
What does
And
the core
then
look like?
it's like it's a cylinder, right? With the Titanfall 2, the battery cylinders.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it opens up in like a double door fashion, and there's the glowing stone inside of it, kind of suspended by its own magic.
Michaelo, seeing this up close and personal, outside of like your brother's handy mechanical work, this is a pure magical stone. This is arcane in essence. This is probably the prettiest stone you've ever seen.
Mm.
And she writes on the board, hold this vertically, and I shall be able to access the other points better.
Before Michaelo does the grab it, he's gonna ask, "Is this gonna shock me? Because every time Donna would give me something, it would shock me."
Probably not. Just make sure not to touch the brass parts. And there's like at the top of the battery, the stone holder, there it's like rubber on the top and on the bottom handle.
Uh, my,
Michaelo, roll me a flat D20 to see if your help helps or hurts.
that's a 5.
Oh no!
Michaelo, continue on what you were saying. How do you interact with this?
Michaelo does to pick it up, and I think he's gonna accidentally touch a brass part.
As your skin exposed touches the brass cylinder top, you are in fact shocked, and you almost drop the core. You begin fumbling around with it. Roll me a dex or an athletics to see if you catch it.
Oh no.
11.
Yeah.
Ceres, as Michaelo begins fumbling around with your core, would you like to roll to also try to catch it?
Yeah, for sure. Let's
roll,
see.
roll an athletics at disadvantage.
Oh shit! I already have a -1 in athletics. All right, let's see. Oh,
And it's only-
shit!
It's disadvantage because there is a large turtle fumbling around with it in front of you.
Yeah. Well, that would be a 4.
Ooh.
You both fumble around with the cylinder as little bits of electricity zap your hand, Ceres and Michaelo, as you both try to catch it. You manage to fumble it enough to where it only drops about a foot from Ceres's pinky to the ground, and it plops it plops into the dirt standing straight up. The the little the little magical stone rolls out, but nothing happens.
I kind of soy jet face look at Ceres like, oh,
Ceres is like she has her hands up completely still, and then she like reaches down for her board and goes, "Make sure everyone moves away. Move everyone everyone out of the room."
Michaelo
Explode.
Michaelo's gonna yell at Cade, "Cade, get them out of here!"
Michaelo, roll me a flat d20 for luck.
11.
Nothing happens. As you call over to Cade, he pokes his head up out of the dirt. He's about 6 feet into the ground. We've been about 3 hours into this whole situation, and he perks his ears up. Huh? What are you calling me for? What? As he climbs out of the hole.
Get out of here!
Cade cocks his head sideways. What? What are you talking about? He puts the shovel in the dirt and pats it down with his tail, standing straight up. But he walks over to you guys. What are you two getting into? What is going on over here? And
Ceres
then
points 3 times at the exposed core on the ground.
at mid sentence, Cade freezes. Oh, I see. You've chosen the path of greatness. He slowly puts his hand out onto Michelo's chest and starts trying to like slide you behind him. This way.
Ceres slowly reaches for the core handling tool, which is attached to the battery. It's like a pair of large blacksmith tongs with glyphs on the flats of each piece.
As you reach out with the tongs, Cade picks you up, Ceres, and starts holding you up and starts inching you closer with the tongs. And he whispers over, "If this goes wrong, I'm throwing you vertically." As he puts you closer to the orb, to the stone.
She opens the tongs and slowly puts the tips around the stone. And in that moment,
roll me a flat d20 for luck.
Yep.
Michaelo is gonna go into his shell.
What happens to the stone?
He's just gonna poof right in his shell.
That would be a 15.
Ceres?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Excellent.
You pick the stone
as
up
the
with no
tongs
problems.
get close, the glyphs activate with the power of the stone, and the stone starts levitating in between the tongs. And she slowly goes over and inserts it back into its casing. As it goes in the casing, the entire thing, the glyphs lining it start glowing. It's steady blue. It's pulsating blue. And the stone is now levitating inside of it.
As it seems as everything is okay, Cade puts you down and lets off a huge deep breath of relief.
Michaelo is gonna come out of his shell slowly, going, "Is it okay?"
Ceres like slowly nods her head and takes a deep breath.
As you let out a deep breath, Cade leans in really close, Ceres, and he looks you crouches down to your level, eye to eye, and he says, "Go to sleep before something happens. Please."
Ceres nods her head and closes the casing and puts it back in the chassis and then goes to bed.
Yes, Luna wants to try accessing his hybrid form.
Where are you at? Where do you go? How do you set this up for this change?
So at this moment, if you look on the map, I was up in I'm still up in that little area right there, right? I've isolated myself, and I took Tyrum's advice into, being that I have to work on this by myself. So I'm thinking, I am as far away from people as I can be right now, as far as I know. But right now, I'm just going to, 100% no chill this shit. And what was it? I forgot what I rolled. I'm gonna roll again.
It is a wisdom save.
Okay. And I have, what was that? +3. So a 21. So yes.
Joshua, what are you doing to transform? You've isolated yourself in this small conference room at the top of the temple, or in the back of the temple. There's only one door in and 3 windows out. And what?
So what I'm imagining right now is I'm sitting on the ground with my legs crossed and everything. And I don't have my hands in any particular fashion, but they're kind of just resting on my legs. And as I am trying to access this form, I'm thinking about what Tyrum had said about, you being the beast, not the beast being this thing. And I focus on that. and I begin to transform. And of course, the same bone ripping and skin.
No,
No, no,
no,
you don't
no,
get that.
Joshua, you channel your focus into a beastly form and
Oh.
a vision of Velcana glances across your mind, a tiger, vast in size and beautiful, elegantly. It dances along the ice. You think about the words that Tyrum said to you about a beast being no more a part of you than you are of it. As the tiger frolics over the deep ice, you see the mountain where Ysildra's keep is placed in the distance, and then the tiger looks at you and its eyes begin glowing a bright light, and it mouths at you, "Now go." And as you open your eyes, it is like a single motion, full transformation, like turning red. If you've seen that Disney movie, you explode into the were tiger form, fully sentient, on your feet, fully transformed.
I take in a deep breath and I breathe out. And I let out a roar. I'm definitely not roaring right now, but I let out a thunderous roar.
Uh, as you roar out and look at yourself in the stained glass panel, before you is a monster, Joshua. And at the same moment, Cade burst in the door. And "Oh, what the fuck is that?" As he points his gun at you. "Hey, it's he takes a step back and he says, "If you come over here, I will shoot you. But you can talk about this like last time. Maybe we can calm down." He
Calm
starts
yourself.
Cade shoots the table. Like pure disbelief shoots the table.
It pulls the trigger on accident. Jaw dropped.
Tyrum follows in shortly after Cade because he heard the roar and a gunshot.
Yeah, I think Michaelo is gonna do the same thing.
What's up with Caden and gunshots? This isn't gunshots. Like, oh shit. It's just Cade. Don't worry about it.
It's just Cade. Don't worry about it, guys. Tyrum, Michaelo, as you both come crashing into the room, before you is the bloodthirsty monster that you guys met in the desert. The one that you know to be Luna, but last time seemed like it was unhinged. You also see Cade, starstruck. He is just fucking flabbergasted.
Michaelo was gonna say, Luna?
Michaelo.
Stop talking.
That's very weird.
Stop.
Guys, that's
talking
weird.
right- Cade,
Tyrum readies his warhammer. I told him not to lose control, and here I am staring at a were-tiger.
Cade turns around, and you knew that's it.
I didn't know he was going to transform. I just told him not to fucking let it control him.
Cade points his gun back at Luna.
I'm not out of control. I'm
Stop
me.
talking, monster. And Cade pauses, looks at himself in the stained glass window, and he looks back at you. You have 2 minutes to explain.
I focused on being the beast, and I got a vision, and then I transformed.
Cade throws his hands up. Yep. You know what? I've got other things to think about. As he like steps past Tyrum on the way out. And before he leaves the room, he stops and says, "I hope you know what you're doing with that, because, again, I've only known one other person to dabble in lycanthropy as strange as your case, and, well, didn't work out well for her." And he leaves the room towards where Ceras and Elena are.
Michaelo is gonna creep forward to Luna, and he's gonna, kind of, pet his fur.
Luna looks over at Michaelo. Can you not?
Michaelo is gonna immediately go into a shell.
Luna
Tyrum,
takes. Go ahead.
Tyrum lets his shield down and kind of holsters his warhammer.
So he doesn't particularly care about the people.
Fair.
Michaelo is not one for goodbyes, so also doesn't really care. But he's
You
gonna be
are
in
also
the
in
room.
my hands right now, still, because I never let you go.
Okay, Michaelo doesn't care about the people because he's still being carried. Michaelo, after seeing the crocodile, goes, "Oh, did you guys see that?"
Nope, probably just another inhabitant. Cade's gonna brush you off, Michaelo.
Luna wants to see if he can see what Michaelo sees. What do I need to roll you for that, Rowan?
What's your passive insight or passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
You can tell Michelo's spooked, but the only thing you notice are that there's alligators or crocodiles swimming behind us in the water. They don't seem to do anything but swimming.
Michaelo is gonna ask, "Are those the dragons you guys were talking about? They're huge
No, those are just crocodiles.
crocodiles."
Kate's just laughing his ass off. You think those scaly bastards are dragons? I'll tell you what, Michelo. You'll know the dragon when you see the dragon.
I don't know. Those are pretty big. Those are pretty big, guys.
Cade mid laugh cuts laughing and dead faces you. He says, "Dragons are bigger."
Bigger than that?
Yes, absolutely. You remember the town, the buildings of Newest Yorkshire?
Yeah.
A dragon could easily tower over a few of those.
Michaelo is gonna look at Tyrum and he's gonna go, "I hope you're really strong."
Tyrum.
Ceras points at Tyrum and writes like strong.
It's funny because Tyrum's physical appearance does not give off buff strong man.
The party has just watched you murk
He proved himself too many times.
I have not watched Tyrum kill anybody, actually.
Well, I mean, you were almost unconscious, but you were there when he killed the monk.
No, I wasn't.
Where you were in the same room?
No, Michaelo wasn't in the interrogation room. It was just Tyrum.
No. He said the monk in the fight.
Oh, the monk.
Nope, I was knocked out.
Were you?
Yep.
You might have been.
I was knocked out, and I didn't see him in the desert.
So in Michaelo's mind, he just feels like everybody keeps hyping this guy up.
Exactly. His best friend Ceras keeps saying that he's strong.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
Tyrum rolls his eyes again under his helmet.
Good. I'm glad to know we all agree that if a dragon shows up, Tyrum fights it. Good strategy, team. And Kade gives himself a little high five and gestures Elena, who lets off a little thumbs up. As your homunculus takes flight, with a very swift motion, Tyrum raises his hand and slams it down, knocking the homunculus into the floorboards.
Blevin?
Damn near shattering it. Blevin! Fuck off! Blevin swats the homunculus with no hesitation, without even breaking eye contact. And when he does this, the party notices he is missing his right arm entirely.
Michaelo's gonna go, "Aw."
The homunculus crawls away because it does. Or how much damage would that do?
It's an unarmed strike. You probably took about 8 or 9 damage.
8 or 9 damage. Okay, it crawls away.
Luna looks intriguingly. Huh.
Michaelo is gonna ask Cade. He's gonna go, "Did you steal his arm?"
Cade looks at you, and then he looks worried. You can see the fear in his eyes. He looks back. Hey, Tyrum, Blevin, listen. He's a little stupid. Let's what do we say? Drinks on the house. Cade drops a sack of gold on the counter, and Michealo, you feel Blevin's eyes lock in on you. You see his eyes, because this is a lion, and switch to predator mode. They get very sharp as he focuses on you. His
When-
bloodlust is noticeable.
When
Michaelo-
Michaelo said that, Tyrum just cocked his head and looked at him with like the "Are you fucking stupid?" face.
But Michaelo stares back at Blevin.
Luna, as you take a swig of your drink, you notice that Naria is crouched over, playing with Raitu. Oh, he's adorable. She looks up at you. Where'd you get him?
A store.
Store.
The store. She looks at you very confused, and she stands up. A store, huh? But
Are
what
you
such
lying?
store? Would you get? She are you lying? Roll me a deception.
As this is happening, Michaelo's gonna ask for a water.
Oh god.
Ceras, Bucket he gives you an up and down, and it slowly starts walking into the bush, like into the swamp, away from the tavern. It kind of seems like it wants you to follow it.
Ceres is following for sure.
Michaelo is also gonna follow because Ceres told him to watch his back. Watch her back.
All right.
Is this a window right here?
Yes.
Terrible. Sees him walking.
It's crazy.
You want to roll a perception to notice things, but
I mean,
You
wow.
know, yeah,
That is a natural 1.
oh, you don't even notice Ceres.
But I have
Oh.
dark vision for 60 feet.
That's great. You've been looking for this puppet for a little bit now, and you don't even notice them cross the window.
That is bullshit.
The natural one. They happened to walk past that window while your absolute back was turned.
This is like a cartoon.
Literally. Fucking natural one. You are damn unlucky. Jesus Christ. Underneath Bucket, you find a very well hidden Dutch doll holding the core of Bucket at knife point.
Wait, like he was
Like-
inside Bucket.
Bucket, yes.
Oh my fucking god!
Whoa.
And you know, not to bring it back up or anything, but as we discussed earlier, the Bucket's core is a bomb.
Ceres
Yeah.
looks at the Dutch doll. Is it moving?
It doesn't move, but when you crouch down, you see it with its little doll hand to its face, kind of gesturing like a be quiet.
All right, Ceres is, of course, silent.
Sorry, that is fucking great. Her father was a friend of her father, Hardy Har, was a friend of mine, a business.
Damn it. Oh,
I'm so glad we kept that canon.
Fuck yeah.
That was fucking funny.
He's just-
Michaelo is gonna drag Luna over to this chair right here, and he's gonna prop him up, like in a doofy position.
Describe the position, please.
You know the Thinker, that famous statue. He's gonna prop him up like that.
As Kate continues to rummage through. Not like that, you idiot! Don't put him on the couch by Ceres.
Michael is
he-
gonna drag Luna over to the railing, and he's gonna plop him onto this little
Dope his
padded
ass.
thing right here, and then Michael is gonna
Wow.
walk all the way around and pick him up and place him near Ceres.
How do you
Wow.
how do you place him? Is he like sprawled out? Because he was upside down when you dropped his ass.
I place him in the Thinker position again. My masterpiece was not done. My masterpiece was not done yet. This time I finished.
He said out of sight, out of mind.
Tyrum's gonna ask what's wrong with Luna.
Oh, just a bit of drought poisoning, Tyrum. Nothing to worry about.
Tyrum then kind of like cocks his head and nods, and he says, "Oh, drought poison. Oh, that's an easy fix." And Tyrum walks over to Luna in the thinker position. He says, the funny thing about drought poison is the person affected will wake up as soon as they're harmed, and he unarmed strikes Luna with a backhand.
As you smack the shit out of Luna, Cade pokes his head up from behind the bar. I found the antidote, and you smack the shit out of Luna.
Michaelo goes, "No! I spent so much time."
Roll me to hit. If you care to pull me another drink, we can talk about whatever you want. Seeing as you're behind the bar.
Nah, I'm good. Tyrum walks away.
Cade throws his hand up and tries to stop you before you pass him. I heard you liked the drink. What happened?
You hear many things. People like to spin tall tales. Like how you killed a Kraken barehanded outside of Buena Fortuna. Don't think I didn't hear that.
No pause. No bullshit. Cade looks at you with a straight face and he says, but I did.
Yeah. Okay.
What? I did. Why are you walking away? I killed the Kraken. Cade starts following you. I'm serious. This really happened. He's like tapping you on the arm. Listen, you can hear whatever you want. I'm telling you, I was there. I killed one Kraken.
Sure you did, Cade. And my mother was a dragonborn.
Cade stops, looks at you. Okay, so now you have jokes. Cade begins pouring a cup of coffee into one of the empty bar mugs that was left by one of the patrons last night. Jokes. He's making jokes. See, knew you had a sense of humor under all that armor. Care for a cup? He gestures to the coffee on the counter.
Tyrum waves his hand at it. I'm good.
Yeah, Ceras is enjoying the pancakes. It seems to relax a little bit more.
Michaelo kind of like picks up the first one to look in between.
It is covered in syrup. It is a beautiful golden brown, and it's got a sweet scent of cinnamon.
Yeah, his hands are definitely sticky now.
He just grabbed the fucking pancake. You did your bare hand, you barbarian. Cade watches you grab the flapjack, and he just utter disbelief as to how you exist.
Michaelo's inspecting it. He's kind of just looking at it, like, kind of sniffs it.
Cade motions to Ceras and Tyrum, and he kind of like points at Michaelo. What is this? Who is this man? What is happening?
He kind of lifts it up, and he places the whole flapjack in his mouth.
Hell yeah!
And he starts to chew.
He like
Cade
fucking his neck extends.
Cade is watching with just pure disbelief. He can't wait for your reaction. Well,
what's up?
Well, Michaelo ate the pancake. I'm waiting for him to see if he likes it or not.
Yeah, he just scarfed down this pancake. What is his reaction?
He just faced the whole pancake.
He kind of looks at Cade. Were these poisoned?
No, the only one getting poisoned was Luna.
Luna's he's eating his first skewer and he's halfway done with his second one. And he looks over like,
Yeah, Mountain Man himself has the digestive tract of a steel box.
As a matter of fact, Ron, can you go ahead and what's it called? Cast that. Yeah, there we go. Stream it.
I'm gonna be super honest with you. I would rather not because I need these goblins to stay hidden.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Goblins.
There you go.
Ceras heard the voice of God saying there's hidden goblins.
Ceras, roll me a religion to see if it's the proper God you want to listen to.
Let me
You know what?
check.
Rule of cool. I want to see this happen.
I've got a +3 to religion.
Ooh.
That's a 15.
All right, let me say it again. Watch out, there's goblins. It sounds very holy, very, very, very warm, trustworthy.
Really trustworthy? Oh my God! Hold on, this adds new lore. What God cares about Ceres?
All right, so I'm going to pull out the wheel measuring stick and measure my distance. If it'll fucking do the thing for me.
Ooh.
Thank you, Ryan.
That wasn't me. That literally was not me. I'm
What the
pink.
fuck?
The rest of the goblins make their attack. This goblin jumps out. Goblin on the far side jumps out and rushes you. Ceras.
That's a whole lot of movement.
It was 30 feet.
35.
Sorry, I have right. I have Raito's puck there.
She's gonna send Bucket. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's going to use his protector again. And that's the end of my turn. But let me just get this protector out of the way real quick.
Wait, so which goblin is dead?
The one in the bottom right.
Yeah, this one.
Oh.
So that is, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait. 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 temporary HP. For Kade and Michaelo.
Oh, hold on. Am I not in range for that?
It's
No.
only 10 feet.
Oh,
You're like
darn.
right outside of
And
range.
you're 15
Damn.
feet. Wait, actually, hold on. Can I... So Bucket was here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright. So all three of you get temporary HP, and then Bucket's gonna move back one.
I chomp down on the goblin's right leg and I just start splashing it up and downwards until the leg rips off the body and flings somewhere off into the little island where its corpse just lays.
Holy shit.
And that would be the end of my turn. Excuse me.
Cade calls out, "Oi, you're getting your fill over there. You seem to be having a big lunch."
Crocodile noises.
Insert crocodile noises here.
Insert crocodile noises here.
Right, and some splashes.
He looks over at Cade and says, "You all need to get Ceras and get out of here. Leave the bird to me." And then he's gonna get over here and then tell Luna the exact same thing. He's gonna say, "The bird wants me. He doesn't want any of you. Leave."
Luna turns and looks at Tyrum and goes, "We're not leaving anyone behind. We're taking this thing together."
Cade chimes in, "Yeah, for once I'm with the wild men. Can't seem to be wanting to turn my back on you lot." He kind of mumbles under his breath, Tira, but you can read lips. You see it. You're starting to grow on me.
Do you want Ceras to die?
Cade chuckles. "Oh, I'm not done fighting yet."
Because you're playing the backfield.
Oh, Ceres can't even scream.
Yeah.
God damn. He said Ceras is
Tyrum.
dying and you're fucking still back there? What the fuck are you doing?
He's
Stupid
last in
fucking
initiative,
hyena.
guys! He's last in initiative!
Man, I feel like he should be cackling right now.
I'm not close enough for that to do anything.